Wir können mal bei Uhren reinschauen und zwar, es geht hier um die Kollektion von unserem Freund aus Dubai. Und zwar der gute Momentum Dubai Tarek hat seine persönliche Sammlung hier vorgestellt.
Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we are from Dubai, sunny Dubai. Love being here always to see the beautiful collections people have here. Today we are with the owner of Momentum Dubai, Tariq Malik. How are you, sir?
Very good. How are you?
Very good, very good. Thank you for having us in your beautiful new store. Congrats, by the way, on that.
My big pleasure. Thank you very much.
Schöner Laden.
We're going to look at your
Super
watch collection, your personal watch collection. We have a lot of watches here. We'll take a look at a few of them.
Sure.
I mean, we could talk about watches all day, probably all month. You have a great selection here in the store. Tell me, how did this all start? Because you speak German.
Yeah, I'm originally from Aachen. And it started like 1991 with Swatch.
Yeah.
The Swatch collectors boom. We got into trading, and then we got into proper watches. Then I opened a shop, and this is how it started. In 2011,
yeah,
I took the move to Dubai.
Nice.
To launch Momentum.
Was always the goal to open up a store, or did you see like a gap in the market here? Why did you decide to move to Dubai? I know Dubai is very different than Germany from a collector perspective, especially what you sell.
Yes.
It's much more acceptable here and people have more knowledge here, I assume, for Stella dials and stuff like this. But what was the driving force for you?
Well, first of all, before I came to Dubai, I was in a job in consulting, and that job brought me to Dubai 30 times a year.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of friends, I liked the area, I liked the place. So I said, I want to do something here, and my passion and my experience was with watches. So I said, okay, let's look at what the market doesn't have, and there was no dedicated place for vintage watches.
So right time, right passion, right moment, huh?
Yes.
Where does your love for watches come from, like originally? Was it a generational thing? Did you just saw a magazine, you're like, wow, this is cool?
No, it evolved from my first trading endeavors with Swatch. Made some money, was successful, and then that just pulled me into the world of horology.
Yeah, beautiful. And where does the name come from? Momentum Dubai? I mean, Dubai is obvious, but...
Momentum, I think it's just the coolest name for a watch business.
Yeah. A very non-biased opinion, of course. Nice, nice. So, tell us, what's the first watch you have here that you want to show us?
You know that I've never shown my entire watch collection.
Thank you so much for the honor. I appreciate that. Huh?
I've been asked a few times, and you see some of my watches on Instagram, but never in one place. Let's start with, you must know my favorite model, the day date.
Again, I have no idea about Rolex references, full disclosure, that's why you're here.
I'm here, 36 millimeter, 1803. This one, you see, it has Arabic Hindri numerals.
A nice day date, huh?
Yeah, it's a very, very early one, 1970.
Aachen ist der Place to be, genau, Aachen ist Place to be. Guck mal, er hat auch einen Riesenschritt gemacht, ne? Ich finde, das Besondere bei diesen Day-Date-Modellen ist einfach diese tolle Variation, ne? Diese Einzigartigkeit, so, dass diese Uhr hat so einen tollen Charakter.
And it's possibly unique. The dial has a blue purplish hue. You see them every now and then on auctions coming up. They're very, very rare. I've done the exercise to just count the day dates which have been made with a Arabic dial, Arabic Hindi numeral style, and I couldn't count more than 30, 35.
Like the different dials, or? Yeah. And the bracelet is an original Rolex bracelet, or?
It's an original bracelet, a Rolex bracelet. It was not on this watch. I have 4 or 5 bracelets for this watch, and I like to
switch it up a
bit.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's your obsession with day dates? Because I know you primarily as the crazy dial day date guy. I've seen some Daytonas here as well. Of course, not the usual stuff. But what's up with your day date obsession?
I don't know. I think 36 millimeter is, first of all, the best size for any watch.
Yes,
for
I
me,
agree.
for myself.
Yeah.
It looks also good on big guys.
Yes.
And I just like the simplicity of it. It's not a sports model with a bezel you turn, and it has too much schnick-schnack, we say in German, you know.
Exactly.
I think it's just elegant, and I wear them with shorts and t-shirts and whatnot. Day date is the watch for me.
Especially in Dubai, you can do that. In Germany, it's a bit more difficult.
Maybe not
so much. Huh? What was the first watch you actually got, like your first Rolex?
My first proper watch, here it is. This is a 1961 Rolex Oyster precision manual winding in 34 millimeters in stainless steel. I bought this watch in 1996 for 400. I don't know, what was the kind of currency at that? Was it still euro at that time, or Deutschmark? I don't remember.
I don't know.
But I paid 400. It was a trade I did with a friend of mine, friend dealer.
A bit on the higher.
Yeah, it was expensive for me. It was expensive for me. I mean, see the size. It's small, but it's so minimalistic.
It's
it doesn't have a date. It doesn't have anything. I still wear it from time to time.
Because we are in this presence of vintage watches, this seems like a nice size.
It is very nice. If somebody would say that this watch is small, then let me show you.
We can one-up you, huh?
Yeah. Look at this. This is a I think it's 40s or 50s Rolex bubble back. I think it's 32 millimeter. Has a black gilt dial with copper writing. I know them for a long time, but recently I said, okay, wow, I really want to own one.
Yeah.
And I got into it. Now I'm gonna get further into it. You know,
guck mal, wirklich ernst gemeint jetzt, ne? Das ist sein Look. Ich sag euch so, wie es ist. Man kann nicht sagen, das sieht schlecht aus oder sowas, ne? Diese kleine Größe, es hat auch irgendwas. Also für mein Auge sieht das wirklich spannend aus und mal ist was Neues, Erfrischendes.
Intrigues you about these watches. The bubble back is because of the back, of course. Huh?
I don't know. It's just so elegant, so wearable, so convenient to wear. I really love it. I mean, look at the colors. This is a stainless steel watch, not a gold watch. You know,
no,
it has
beautiful.
Copper, red copper print.
It's in good condition as well. Huh?
Condition is everything.
Yeah, true. What's the next one you want to show us?
Let me show you something colorful.
Again, you not just collect watches, but you also source and sell them. So, like I said, guys, this store has so many Stella dials and diamond dials, and it's all original.
So sehr krass, seltene Uhr. Factory
lila. The hunt is everything, and we take a lot of pride in looking for these watches, which you don't really find much. Here's a Rolex Day-Date in white gold.
Gorgeous.
You see the bark finishing on the bezel, on the bracelet. But the main attraction here is a factory purple dial.
So it didn't change over time.
If you look at some sports models, some GMTs, Submariners, which had blue dials in the 80s, 90s.
Links aus, Moment. Kamera aus. Sehr schöne Uhr.
Those faded to a purplish hue. This is factory purple, and it's the only one I've ever seen.
So if you want it, you can buy it.
No, this is not for sale.
This is personal collection, so.
I have to show you a watch also. A gift from my wife for the wedding.
Gorgeous.
It's an oyster quartz, stainless steel white gold with a slate gray diamond dial. Not an expensive watch, but it's just very beautiful. And my wife got to know about it, that I like this watch. And she bought this watch from my shop to gift it to me for the wedding. Can you imagine? She bought it from my colleague.
That's a plot twist. Like, where'd you buy this? Oh, me. Did she buy it secretly, or did you know?
Yeah. She had a friend come and said, I need it, I want to think about it. And I was like pissed because he was not bringing it back. And then it landed in Germany when I was at my wedding.
I mean, good. That was a good move.
That was a really good move.
That's a keeper, for sure. So let's maybe show one of the Stella dials, because for me, that's how I know you from. Because you have the craziest colors. I saw pink, orange, blue, like yellow, everything. I see a lot of dials on the market, which I assume are like, aftermarket, and it's...
Yeah, sadly, the market responds, if a market's successful, it responds with these things. So this is a very, very early generation Stella dial, 1803 Day-Date in white gold with a presidential bracelet, plexiglass. And it has like a Smurf cobalt blue dial. It's much rarer than the turquoise dial. I have one here. This is a very nice one, but it's much rarer than the turquoise dial. And you see the old models, they have a depth. They have a much thicker lacquer of the Stella.
Yeah.
You know?
It looks like enamel, kind of.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And this one has Arabic calendar discs.
You don't have the rare dial color. You have also the rare day and date.
This piece, yeah, I love this watch. But this one's not bad either.
Yeah.
It's platinum, 18206.
It's a bit heavier,
with the
for
turquoise,
sure.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, but it's nice. It has a nice heft to it.
Yes.
I own the Oyster Perpetual Yellow 36, and I love it. Because it reminds me of these vintage watches,
True. That's where the inspiration came from.
And you have also some sports models there, huh?
Yeah, this is from my more or less old time when I was not into the day-dates or the dress watches yet. Yeah. It's a very special watch for me. It's a mid-60s 5512 four-liner with two lines of gilt print, 2 lines of silver print. Very, very strong copper color on the print. Very glossy dial, super nice case. What, this like 7 years ago?
For $500.
No. I have to tell you, well, vintage watch collecting, if you buy in quality, is usually very, very rewarding, and it goes up. But I remember that I bought this watch for $55,000.
Which for me is crazy money for Rolex, but because I don't know.
Yeah, but the hardest part is, after 7 years, it's almost the same value. Like this is one of those watches which, if you start looking for one, you're not going to find one in this condition. But it's not up there yet. This watch should be worth much more. And it was funny. I put in my mind one evening, I want to buy a gilt Submariner this year. And it was just the beginning of the year, like the 5th of January or so. And I said, okay, I just need to start hunting, but let me send a message to a very good friend of mine in Germany who's a collector, because I know he has two. I called him and I said, if you ever get a nice gilt Submariner in, like the ones you have, let me know. And he's like, yeah, I'm selling one of them. I said, okay, wow. The year started well. I got the first.
So the 6th of January.
Bei Vintage
the month was over.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's nice. Has an old
It's very cool. I love this.
flex bracelet.
Flex bracelets are nice.
Yeah, pretty convenient to wear.
It's good to go to the beach with this one. Huh?
Oh, yes.
Maybe not. Huh?
No, to the beach, fine. Don't go in the water.
What else do you have here?
I bought this like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a 5513. I bought it as NOS, new old stock. Yeah. And I said, I want to engrave this and give it to my son when he's in the age that he can wear it. He's 7, so he's going to wait 10 years. But I'm going to put a nice engraving in the back and then gift it to him. That's why I didn't keep it in new condition, because if I gift it to him, I want him to wear it.
Yeah. So he's not scared of like scratching it, huh?
Yeah.
There's also a few Cartiers in the box here. One of them I really love.
You like this, huh?
Yeah, because when I first came to Dubai for the first Dubai Watch Week 2016, and the Dubai Watch Club basically really took care of me and showed me around, and I was in data and went for food. So I have like an affinity for the club and for this watch as well. So
yeah, they launched this watch, the Santos Dumont XL stainless steel, with the salmon dial with Arabic Indian numerals. It's very nice. This watch is not really me, but I wear it from time to time with the suit, with the jacket. It's very elegant.
It's gorgeous.
And I really like it.
It's also a great club with cool people, so...
Oh, there's amazing people.
Congrats on that, huh?
Thank you.
Also next to it was a very special Cartier, a Grail for many.
Yes.
You have it in the box. Congrats.
I don't wear this watch at all. I don't know why.
Aguichet.
And Platinum, I think is the...
Gebauer Junior wird auch mit 7 Jahren schon die Rolex am Handgelenk haben. Nee. Guck mal, diese Sachen, diese Belohnungen, das bringt nichts. Das ist eher schädlich. Sowas muss sich jemand selber erarbeiten, damit man es auch zu schätzen weiß. Nicht, weil ich jetzt, weil ich ihm oder weil ich ihr das nicht gönne, nicht, weil ich jetzt nicht möchte, dass sie die Sachen genießt, aber man kann es erst genießen, oder man kann die Sachen erst genießen, wenn man sich das selber erarbeitet. Wirklich. Sonst verliert man den Spaß daran. Und da muss man auch konsequent sein. Zum Beispiel, wenn ich jetzt Malika, keine Ahnung, eine Rolex schenke mit 15, 16, das ist falsch. Das ist, also für mich, ne, es kann sein, dass es für euch richtig ist, aber für mich ist es falsch, weil das muss man sich selber erarbeiten. Das bringt sonst nichts. Sonst, wonach willst du im Leben streben? Guck mal, wo mich das hingebracht hat. Mein Vater hat mir also ich habe zu der damaligen Zeit, ich habe eine Rolex geschenkt bekommen. Das ist mit 18, als ich meine Schule fertig hatte. Damals war es aber auch, die Uhr hat 2000 € gekostet und es war jetzt kein Hype-Produkt. So, danach wollte ich eine Pepsi haben, habe ich nicht bekommen und so weiter. Dieser Antrieb, etwas selber haben zu möchten, Starthilfe und so weiter, darüber kann man jetzt diskutieren. Aber jetzt einfach nur so etwas zu schenken, nee. Nee.
150 pieces.
Yeah.
I think interesting look. It's not usually what makes me tick, but when I saw it, I said, okay,
you need one.
You should have one.
It's literally a tank.
Yeah, it is.
This is the most tank you can go probably with the tank models. So you primarily focus on Rolex. What other brands intrigue you?
I like Rolex, and then...
and some Rolex.
I had some Pateks, not very heavy stuff, sports watches, but I can't even say love-hate because I still like them, but there was like one model, the 5065, I bought it 3 times, and sold it 3 times, and I said, okay, I'm not going to buy another one, even if I say it's amazing. But I'm also looking at some other brands. Piguet is very nice. Yeah. My personal problem is, the moment I start looking at another watch brand, and say, okay, this is a watch, and it's beautiful, and it's nice, and it's like 70,000 or something, I immediately start looking at what can I get for 70,000 for Rolex, and then I usually go that move.
It's like an instinct, probably.
Ja, wenn man ein Feld hat, in dem man sich wohlfühlt, dann sollte man wahrscheinlich auch da der Expert bleiben. Ne? Willst du vom Image in den USA eher Parfum- oder Uhrentyp sein? Guck mal, ich bin der Typ, der Geld bringt. Da, wo das Geld ist. Ich verkaufe von mir aus Waschlappen. Ist mir egal. Weißt du, was ich meine? Spielt für mich keine Rolle.
Because you've done it so long now. Do you have a Grail watch?
I have my Grail watch.
Question. You have it here?
I have my Grail watch.
You're at the end of the road, that's it?
Yeah, there's a lot of things missing on the way to this, but this is my Grail watch.
This is a Onyx white gold.
Yes, I was looking for this watch for years and years and years. And I found it, I think, during COVID. It was offered very shortly, and I jumped on it, and it's, until now, my all-time favorite watch.
That's it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, I've reached the peak, but there's a lot of stops still.
It's fun to me because I don't know much about these types of watches. So for me, the diamond encrusted Daytona you have would be like, yeah, this is sick, you know. This would be almost like too tame, but you, of course, understand the value of these types of watches. I know that day-dates white gold are a bit more rare. Onyx is...
We can break it down. I mean, if you have 100 day-dates in this era, there was no pink gold, so there was white gold, platinum, and yellow gold.
Yeah.
So I believe, I can just guess, is that 80 watches out of 100 were yellow.
Yeah.
And there was like 15 white gold, and then 5 in platinum. Just a wild guess. So, I mean, if you break it down, how many rare dials are there for white gold watches? The number is already smaller because the number of white gold watches is lower. And then off the onyx dial on white gold, I have seen in my life 1, 2, 3, 4 real ones.
No.
And sadly, as we just spoke, there's a lot of people forging them.
Yeah.
Because they cost a lot of money.
Of course. And they even pay good money for the dials, huh?
Yeah.
It's not like they're cheap, huh?
True.
Beautiful. And also you have a nice, if I'm not mistaken, wooden dial?
Yes, this is a Datejust, Woody Woodpecker.
Woody Woodpecker Datejust. I saw Day-dates, never a Datejust.
I'm looking more into Datejust too. Like, I'm still working on that. This is a watch where every single component of the watch is crazy rare. So first of all, this is the wood dial with the longer indexes, the radial indexes, the burl wood dial. This is pretty rare. Then the reference itself, this is the 16019. This watch was officially launched in 1978, and it's a white gold Datejust. Now, white gold Datejust for a lot of people, doesn't make sense. Looks like a stainless steel watch. And I think this is a reason why this watch was kind of a flop and they didn't make many.
I skipped a bit. Huh?
I've seen in my life, only of this reference, forget the bracelet, forget the dial, only 16019, maybe 10 pieces. And if you Google a 16019, you're gonna find like that many pictures. But this watch has one more speciality, and you're probably not gonna notice, but this is a white gold oyster riveted bracelet, which is almost elusive because it was only made for the 16019, which was a flop and you can hardly find. And the 16019 was also offered with President and Jubilee bracelets. So least people took the oyster bracelet because it looked the cheapest.
Probably,
Krass, yeah.
So there's, I know of like 1 or 2 more bracelets.
It's a rare mix, huh?
Very rare.
Beautiful.
Very rare.
And last but not least, the watch on your wrist. Something I always loved, the UAE.
Yeah.
Which used to be very accessible. Things got very expensive really fast.
Yes. They used to be easy to find.
This is a beautiful combination.
Yeah, the white dial. So this is an 18038 reference in yellow gold from, I believe, the early 80s. And it has the white dial with the UAE Armed Forces logo.
Gorgeous.
Usually you see the champagne dial, you see the silver dial, the brown dial. The white dial, I believe, first of all, it's the rarest, and second, it's the best looking one.
Yes.
The colors look much nicer.
My favorite for sure. Everything pops.
Yeah. Well, this is not my watch. I mean, we just got it in, and it's for sale, so I was just test driving it.
Yeah, awesome piece, man. Perfect. So listen, Tarek, thank you so much for your time.
Sehr schöne individuelle Sammlung.